Hey, this is Terra Invicta going into episode 79.
Yeah.
I'm excited to play. And when we last left our heroes, they were still traversing Scuttle Cove, the city of chaos. And Anna had checked out the Porphyry House, and the Porphyry House checked out Anna. And it was not a really good time by anyone. She found out basically some information about, let's see what it was. You made a roll with their help. They gave you advantage. And what did you find out specifically again about?
I didn't really find out that much there. I basically found out that I needed to go to that other place to find out information, the bird cage.
Yes, that's what it was. The what you learned about. I knew it was the bird cage that you had found out, like that's the next place to go, but I was trying to remember what. But so it basically was like they get information there. So if you wanted to find out the Crimson Fleet's hideout, they might know.
That's where to go. Like I didn't really get any information from the Porphyry House besides the information that I'd be a bad prostitute, and I agree.
Which I think we already knew, but
yeah.
And the
one who looks like you is going to make a really great prostitute, though.
Right, all right. We're going to move past this as quickly as possible.
Give me a second, guys. My computer just freaked out. Oh, that was weird. All my screens just went dark. That was strange. I thought my computer was about to shut down. Okay, never mind. Keep going.
I mean, even if your computer's had shut down, I probably would have kept going no matter what. But
I know. I was worried for a second.
You're good. You guys fought Yuan Ti last time and managed to escape them, mainly because of Audrin's well-casted haste spell, which ended up becoming very important. But yeah, our characters are kind of splitting up right now. We did, as Emily was saying, she's going to be able to sit back for a second here because Anna did her little solo thing last time to get some information from her faction. But Vren, Takui, and Audrin are going to do their own little kind of solo things here. And yeah, let's go ahead and just start there. Do we want to start with Vren or do we want to start with Takui and Audrin? Vren, did you have any particular, like, how extensive was your thing going to be?
Weren't we all looking for it together?
Yes, you ended up in the same place is what happened. Both the Collectors and the Order of the Bitter Curtain have safe houses underneath this emporium that's run by a half-orc lady. And I don't think they're not like in the same room, but like they are nearby each other. So you guys like waved to each other as you went to your secret organizations. Basically,
Are we supposed to be in a brown void? So all I can see is just a brown void right now.
You are not supposed to be in a brown void.
Is that just me?
I'm curious why it's brown. I don't know why it would be brown.
Let me refresh it. Maybe that was something with my computer acting up.
I see the town. So.
You see the map? Okay. Yeah, that's probably just something.
Let me restart. Let me refresh the page.
Screen went black. The map is brown.
There we go. Okay. I don't know what happened. That was whatever happened when my computer flicked out for a second. That was it.
I see a map that gets on everybody's nerves. I'll stop.
Yeah, I'm curious, friend. What did you have in mind again for your faction? I assume you're trying to get information.
I was trying to figure out where it goes with the black pearls.
Shadow pearls. Yes, because the Collectors are famous for knowing about magic artifacts. Yep, that sounds good. Yeah, let's start there. I think Vren goes down a kind of shadowy staircase and ends up, in some kind of basement area that the Collectors have set aside. And I didn't really come up with a whole lot about the Collectors this time, like, any particular members, mainly because we were already planning on having a whole thing with Audrin joining the Order of the Bitter Curtain, and Vren is probably just going to ask a couple questions and then leave, right? So I don't think we need to see it in scene necessarily, but we know that Vren goes down the stairs and you're going to try to get some information from the Collectors. So basically you're asking them, like, have you seen Shadow Pearls? Do you know about Shadow Pearls? All that stuff. Does your faction give you any, like, bonuses to this?
I don't have much of a... I don't have a very high affiliation score.
Oh, that's true.
Which is in character for Vren, to be fair.
Yeah.
I am a lesser poobah. Gain advantage on Arcana checks to determine the function of magic items. That's all.
Yes. Okay.
I am one away from gaining access to a magic item archive.
Right. Yeah. If you were a full poobah, you could call on a grand poobah once a month to ask a question of a magical nature, which we could have said is this.
Yeah, but I just without without wild magic, I'm at -10 already.
Mm-hmm.
So, that.
Yeah,
so
the collectors really like their wild magic, and if you're not a wild mage, they're not as interested in you. Cool. So, Vren, this is probably you just like asking them, and this will allow you to make a roll, but you're not going to get advantage on this roll.
Mhm.
I would say probably an investigation check on Vren's part, enabled by
persuasion.
I don't know, like you can. You're going down there to ask them questions. I don't think it matters as much to get them to help you, per se. Let's say
trying to make connections to see if what they've seen matches with what I would look.
Yeah, let's say you get a crit success on a persuasion test. They will help you to the best of their ability, but you're still a lesser poobah.
Yeah.
And so in that case, really, the only thing that's mattering here is, this you being part of the organization and finding the safe house is allowing you to make this roll, which you would not have been able to make otherwise. But there's no extra bonus there. So,
is my sorcerer's versatility going? No, not sorcerer's versatility. Magical guidance.
So yeah, investigation it is.
This be an ability check.
Yes, a skill counts as an ability check. Yep.
Then I get 2 chances at this.
Nice.
Investigation. I'm
All right,
going to use my magical guidance to re-roll that. Let me just put this in there to make sure I'm not forgetting.
Yeah. What does it do?
Use neuro. So yeah. I don't think I can get much worse than an 8, but I could be wrong. I got 1 better. 9.
Too bad you didn't get that 19 on the other side of that 8.
I know, right?
That would have been good. Yeah, and I was pretty sure this is going to be how it goes on this anyway. The collectors obviously are interested in this sort of thing, but also this city. I mean, yes, it's the city of chaos, and obviously Madoc likes chaos and stuff, but this is the bad kind of chaos, right? Like, the collectors aren't evil. They are in hiding for a reason. People in this town do not like the new Pantheon. Madoc is one of those. And they just don't have a lot of influence or resources.
They're not privy to that kind of information.
Yeah, and honestly, like, the reality of the fact is the artifacts did not, like, what happened with the, let's say this, what happened with the artifacts in Scuttle Cove was not the sort of thing that the collectors would have been able to pick up on much of anyway, given what I know of what happened. So this makes sense to me that this is the role.
I might ask them about something else real quick while I'm here. And I don't have a lot time left to get Vren backstory stuff figured out.
True. You do have your lesser poopa thing of advantage on Arcana checks to determine the function of magic items. So if you had anything along those lines, that would be a good time.
I don't think we have any magic items we need to identify. And even if I did, Audrin has the identify spell.
But yeah.
He would say, "Oh, actually, Doctor, there's something else I am a bit curious about. Have you heard of any such statues that have changed people?" And this me being vague because I don't remember the exact way we described them before, but I think you get what I'm getting at, Caleb.
Yes, no, I know what you're talking about. You would probably say something along the lines of, you describe it as, I don't know, like, because the statues probably wouldn't move around. So it would probably be more along the lines of, is there anything strange about statues in this city or something like that, right? Or is there a ruin with a weird statue? Like, any weird statues that I should know about? That's more like, and yeah, let's have you make a luck save.
Luck. Is it still +5? Is it proficiency?
Yeah, it's proficiency. Ho-ho!
Crits!
Okay.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with failing the other things to get a crit here.
Yeah. Let me take a gander at my notes about Scuttle Cove real quick and see if there's a place I can send you.
A Den of Villainy would probably be a place where such people would know about stuff.
I have ideas. Let me take a glance at this real quick. No. Part of the challenge here is to be like, here's a direction I can send you, but that isn't necessarily going to, like, redirect the entire story too far if you wanted to pursue it.
I mean, if anything, it's the kind of thing that Vern can figure out after stuff with Deli. It would give him like he goes off this direction looking for
right. Yeah, that's true.
About his
that's
past.
True. Yep. I'm thinking that the information you get is about the Nightshade Syndicate. So, as a reminder, that's one of the factions that runs Scuttle Cove. They operate as the unseen hand behind Scuttle Cove's drug and poison trades. Let's see. You get a tip. Basically, you get a tip about where the Nightshade Syndicate calls their home. A lot of the factions have like a base of operations or a safe house or, a stronghold of some sort. The Nightshade Syndicate's base lies in the heart of Scuttle Cove itself, a hidden network of tunnels and chambers beneath the city. This layer is known as the Veins. Kind of like described as the veins of the body that is Scuttle Cove, right? There are several places where one might seek out an entrance to the Veins. But there have been anyone who has happened to wander into the Veins and live to tell the tale has like someone at least among those rumors has spoken of like a hallway filled with statues. Like that's one of the recent rumors that got dredged up by someone who like maybe some homeless guy who like found his way into the Veins or some other, you're not entirely sure the origin of the gossip. But if you want to find out more about such a thing, going to the Nightshade Syndicate or someone who knows about them would be the place to go. And the Nightshade Syndicate, they're pretty mysterious. I think you would know about their agents, which are called known as brokers. These figures slip through the city under the cover of darkness, spreading rumors, delivering secret doses of drugs, or negotiating prices for assassination by poison. A broker is as much a chemist as a dealer, capable of creating custom poisons and elixirs for discerning clients. Scuttle Cove locals know to avoid meeting the broker's gaze in the streets, lest they find themselves mysteriously ill afterwards. So there are agents that you could talk to. There are, I think, the one place they mentioned that might have connections to the Nightshade Syndicate and maybe even holds an entrance to it, though this is an unconfirmed rumor, is the what's known as the Skin Dancer Academy. The Skin Dancer Academy is number 3 on the map, right over here. It's a square tower of ivory houses. It's a square tower of ivory that houses an order of bards known as the Skin Dancers. An alluring yet dangerous troupe. Their performances combine hypnotic dances with intricate stylized rituals of pain, using needles and knives to entertain and enchant their willing guests. The Skin Dancers serve as both entertainers and covert agents. Blah, 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 blah. This is information you wouldn't have.
But if you told me.
Yeah, exactly. The academy is run by Nena Opara. So this might be a person you could talk to if you want to. A tiefling woman whose body is a tapestry of fine scars, each a testament to her art. Let's see. Recently, whispers circulate that Nena has distanced herself from the Blood Sisters, who have been historically the allies of the Skin Dancer Academy, and has fall under the influence of quote-unquote darker powers. Others claim that she's simply striking out on her own. Whatever the truth, those who seek her performances are left with a sense that her dances now carry an ominous, lingering effect. So there's a bunch of rumors that Vren could chase about this. The main point being the Nightshade Syndicate is the people, are the people who are connected to weird statues, if that's what Vren is seeking out. Okay. And there's some angles to go about looking into that. So there you go. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and hop over to Alyssa and Jordan. So you guys are going down below the Emporium as well, and you end up in a kind of basement safe house. It's a dark, dank stairway down into the basement below the Emporium, and you come to a door with like one of those sliding things, sliding eye hole things, and you have to do like the special knock and whatnot. But like you've made the rolls and stuff to find out this place. I think the person who you, or at least like the sort of person you hear behind the door at first is let's see. Let's say this is, you're a gruff, Scandinavian voice. I think it might be a dwarf. And you're not, I think what you hear is, you do the special knock. You hear, and then the eye hole opens, right? and the dwarf peers, so you see like his whiskers, and he just says, who is there?
My name is Tequi, and this is my friend Audrin.
Oh, those names sound familiar. Have I heard of you before?
Possibly. We have allies in oh my gosh, why can't
Calabar?
Calabar.
Mm-hmm.
Git?
Yes. Yes, and you're connected to gosh, what's his name? That one dude.
I know.
That you had a thing for. Deacon Ross. Deacon Ross.
Yes, and I think I do say his name as well, but yeah I say Git and Deacon Ross.
Ah, yes. Those are names I haven't heard in quite some time. And then he kind of like, his eyes scan back and forth, and he says, reinforcements then?
Are you asking if we are reinforcements?
We're in dire need of them, lass.
We could be, if possible, but we have come here with our own agenda, if I'm being honest.
Well, maybe we can help each other out. Come on in. And then the door opens. And you step inside, and it's like kind of like underground little safe house base, a couple of side rooms and whatnot, kind of musty. Honestly, the vibe of the room and like the people that are in it it's really despairing. The dwarf himself looks like he seems to be putting on an optimistic face. He seems to be some sort of like fighter or paladin type. He doesn't have weapons currently on him, but like he has or armor, because but he has like a tabard on and stuff. And he welcomes you in, but like there's several others kind of huddled in corners, and like someone crying in the distance somewhere in like a side room. It's just like something really bad happened recently, and you're walking in on the aftermath of it or something, right? And then as the dwarf kind of welcomes you in, a woman walks over as well, who's wearing it looks like she might be like in D&D terms like a monk or something, maybe a cleric, some sort of like religious type character. And she walks over and gives you a kind of a weak smile, and she says, "Welcome. My name is Morwen. This is Garrick." Points to the dwarf. You knew the passcodes. I assume that you are, and you know Deacon, agents of the Order. Yes. Then.
Hi, I'm Tequi, Fury Knight.
Yeah, she nods. It's good to see you. Good to have you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Did the Pantheon send you to reinforce us here?
They did send us. I was not aware of reinforcements, though, if I'm being honest. Can I ask what happened?
They glance at each other, and Garrick kind of, well, lass, I have to say, we've had a bad couple of days. One of our safe houses got hit by the 7th coil. We've been reeling from it ever since. The leader of our little operation here was murdered, executed.
Are you talking about and she just like, her eyes just like get dark immediately, and she's just like, the UNT?
He nods.
We literally just came from them. They like almost killed us.
Yeah, Morin's eyes go wide, and she says, from the red, you came from the red foam whaling?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you made it out alive. The leech, you escaped him somehow?
Yeah, we managed to escape, all of us.
Well, bless the Pantheon then.
What happened? The reason we even went there was because we had a woman named Sayori, who we had met in the past, had said that she was working with you, and she said to meet you there. But I assumed it was a trap set for us.
Yeah, Morwen gets sad, but Garrick kind of gets mad. He says, "Curse that wench," and he spits on the ground. I know it isn't proper for me to say, but she brought nothing but trouble as soon as she came here.
What happened?
Came looking for help, wanted to bring down the Crimson Fleet. I think she may have been a traitor from the start. The seventh coil was on it before we could execute even part of our plan. She said allies were coming. Are those you?
Yeah, that would be us.
He kind of shakes his head, and Morwen puts a hand on his arm and says, "You must understand, we've lost a lot of good people.
Of course.
I can't say for certain whether or not Sayori meant for this to happen, but her arrival is the thing that stirred up the coil in the first place. We think that they maybe found out about her or her plans. Power plays in this city. Information spreads like wildfire. You can never know who to trust."
Well, I certainly never trusted you on T, that's for sure.
Yeah, she nods.
Somewhere in the afterlife, Darius goes, "Ha!"
And then the 20 standing behind him and hits him on the arm.
She says, "My husband was leading the group at the Red Foam Whaling. He was executed this morning by the Crimson Fleet. His body is probably still hanging in the plaza."
I'm so sorry.
Wait, the Crimson Fleet or not the 7th?
They're working
together. That's what she
Seems
says, and maybe you ask about that. I mean, it's up to you, but
I mean, so I think it's that. So I'm like, so it's implied that the Seven Coil is working with the Crimson Fleet. Then
we're not entirely sure. They may have made an accord. Historically, they've been enemies, rivals, but maybe, well, Harlan, my husband, the Crimson Fleet had it out for him in particular. It's possible that the Seventh Coil merely made a deal, got something out of it, gave him over.
I see.
Their leader, Alisan, he was there overseeing his execution. They speared him through and hung him in the plaza.
That was just this morning.
She nods.
We're looking for Alisan. He has 3 people.
Oh, right.
Technically Nestor too, I guess.
Wait, who are you thinking? Who are the third person you're thinking of? You're thinking of Lavinia.
I'm thinking Lavinia and Deli.
And you said 3.
Yeah, and then Nestor.
Okay, I thought you were saying, and I guess Nestor as like a 4th person, but I
no, a 3rd person.
I understand.
I understand. Lavinia and then Nestor.
No, you're good. You're good. I was gonna, because you said 3 people, and then you said, and I guess Nestor, and I didn't realize that you were that was the 3rd person.
That was the 3rd person. Yeah. So, so I think she's like, we're looking for some allies of ours who have been captured here, and hoping to take down Alisan while we do it.
Yeah. I think she nods and she says, "Unfortunately, the order, while in normal circumstances we would be happy to help with such an operation, we are scattered to the winds right now. I'm not even entirely sure how many of our number have made it out alive. Our resources are limited, and with the war against Demogorgon raging in all corners of the world at this point, there's not many left here in Scuttle Cove."
I understand, but the Crimson Fleet is working with Demogorgon is the problem. The war against Demogorgon is the war against them. And if we have any chance of defeating Demogorgon, we need to take down Alisan. And the only person who can really defeat Alisan is Deli. And so we need to get her.
It didn't go very well for her.
Yeah. She frowns and she says, "Who is this Deli?"
She was part of our little family that we have.
She nods because she was like fishing for like, why is she the one who can kill Alisan? But since you didn't offer it to her, she just like nods and assumes that you don't want to talk about it. And I guess she looks around and she says, "Well, I'll put it this way, Tequi. The Order of the Bitter Curtain wants to help you, but first we need to gather up we need to take an inventory on who's still alive.
Of course.
Would you help us? If you help us do that, we'll give you all the resources we can."
It's a start. We'll go with anything. And of course, to rescue any of our brothers and sisters, I'd be happy to assist you with that. As I know.
She nods and then looks at Audrin and she says, "And who's this?"
This is my boyfriend.
He really wanted to join.
He kind of wants to join. He's met the Pantheon, and talked to the god of death, and he was kind of
Now that we're in love and dating, we really just can't spend any time apart. So we're kind of a package deal now.
Audrin just goes, yeah.
No.
So I think realistically, she says, "This is Audrin."
Yeah. Garrick reaches out a hand, Audrin, and says, "It's nice to meet you, Audrin. I assume that I think he says, I assume you're another member of our order."
Well, I hope to be starting today.
He raises an eyebrow. He says, "Ah, a new recruit then. Well, we
He's
certainly have
technically
a
the
need for
leader of
those."
our party. So.
Yeah, he nods. Morwen says, "Very well, very well. Well, certainly we can get that process begun if that's what you would like." Is the so you say he's met the Pantheon?
Oh, I don't think she actually said that just yet, but I think she. But I think
she asks, "What do you know of the Pantheon, Audrin?"
Well, when I met them, they all seemed pretty reasonable deities.
Garrick make busts. What's the word I'm looking for? He whatever the word is for like like a sudden like laugh sort of a thing. There's like a particular word I'm thinking of, but he just goes, "Ha! You've already made a pilgrimage to the courts of stars, then. Very nice."
Yeah, how did that happen again? Why did we?
Because I opened
magically
up a
transported
door
you
to there because we were all gonna die. So I was like, I'm gonna use the candle that Esh gave me to transport us there.
Yeah, and honestly, at that point, once you mentioned like I've taken the pilgrimage to the Court of Stars, it's pretty easy to be like, okay, cool, let's get you set up. Like we'll figure this out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's take a look real quick at your faction, possibly your like affiliation status. Then, given our situation here with the Order.
I'm gonna laugh if Audrin is higher than me after just joining.
Yeah. Okay, so you're a level 15 currently. So you start out at a possible 7 affiliation score. You're good alignment, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you're at
9.
See,
this would have been where that would have been revealed if
I know, yeah, if you had been secretly evil the whole time.
Like,
whatever.
so fun story.
Yep. So you're at 9. Do you worship or get your magic from one of the new gods?
That would be a no.
Yeah, that's a no. It's just like wizard stuff. Are you a member of a class or subclass that is associated with killing demonic entities? They would be like a paladin or like, anything specific to
cleric.
Yeah, something like that. But I don't think you are.
No, there's a lot of magic going on in Audrin, but none of it is religious
Specifically
magic.
demon slaying, yeah. The Order of the Bitter Curtain appreciates if they automatically give you a +1 if you're level 10 or higher, an additional +1, so you're at 10. Are you trained in the religion skill?
I am.
Okay, that's
Actually,
the 11.
I've got
That'd be 11 then so far.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I was gonna say my religion is 15.
yeah. I mean, hey, this is one of the reasons that it makes sense for Audrey to join, right?
This is crazy. He's already a Blade Warden. What the heck? You can literally just get a magic item right now from them.
It'd be funny. It's like, okay, you're on, and you already outrank me. Like, I report to you now.
You're in charge of me. Which, I mean, I guess he's the leader of the party, so that's fine. But...
No. It's like the guy who to the guild master.
The people in charge here. Yeah. Well, that would probably be if somehow Audrin gets that high, then we would probably say that like during this process, Miggy just shows up and is like, okay, guys, Audrin's now in charge. You guys are like messed up here. Well, he's in charge. He'll help you guys. Right? That might happen. We'll see. Are you planning, Jordan, on having Audrin make weekly observances to Chapels of the Bitter Curtain when you have the chance?
Are you going to come to church with me, Audrin?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't see why he wouldn't.
Okay, cool. We're at 12 then. Have you completed? I guess this is something you have to do after the fact. I think most of the time. Well, I guess
we should at least give him the pilgrimage.
Yeah, no, the pilgrimage makes sense. Let's just go. We'll read through them. Let's see if it makes sense to like do this posthumously, not posthumously, retroactively.
Not dead yet.
Yeah. Have you completed a mission to fight demonic infestation? Pretty sure you have.
Yeah,
it was my mission.
I feel like it would. Well, I feel like it was significant enough, though. Like
I've inherited my
party
girlfriend's mission.
Gosh, guys, like kind of did it together. So,
but he's gonna outrank me if we go by this logic.
Sorry, you shouldn't have chosen such a cool boyfriend then.
If it's any consolation, you far outrank me in the adventure one.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think I don't think you can get this one because usually this is like complete a mission to fight, like specifically for the order is usually how it is. I do think if he's defeated a demon in combat, that like his legendary status of that could count if he's done that. Have you defeated a demon in combat of at the time your relative CR? What's like the highest level demon Audrin has killed?
Audrin's not the one that's always killing them. It's
but did you defeat it? Did you defeat a demon?
Yeah, the semi-demogorgon guy.
You know, I think we'll just give you the +1 for that. I think that's like the most famous one, and we can just say like, yeah, I killed an avatar of Demogorgon. That's prominent enough.
Well, I was gonna say there's all the cat demons too. I don't know what the CR they were though.
Oh, the Rakshasa. I mean, none of you actually defeated
they're
them.
Not. Well, and they're not equivalent CRs. To us. So trust me, if they counted, I would have been a favored vessel by now.
Yeah. So I think you're at 13 then. Have you destroyed an artifact tied to the Abyss, Audrin?
Okay. I wasn't the one that smashed it, but I did the enlarge reduce thing on it, and that let Takewee smash it.
Was that tied to the Abyss though?
I don't know. Was it
the statue that I destroyed?
It was like the head. I don't think it was.
No, you and I agreed that it did count. Yeah.
Okay. Let's give him half of those. Let's give him a +2 for it. So you're at 15. You did make the pilgrimage, so 17. Do you associate willingly? Do you associate or? Yeah, you don't do anything. You haven't summoned a demon to the material plane. You haven't associated with people who can sort with demons. You're not evil. You haven't failed to confront an evil.
Technically, Vryn did associate with demons, but it was to piss them off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're at 17. I think you're a Blade Warden.
How close is he to outranking you, Alyssa?
I am at. I have 28, so I'm really close to being a favored vessel. So
yeah.
I'm like. I want to be a favorite vessel so bad.
As a reminder, when you're a favorite vessel in the Order of the Bitter Curtain, the new gods take a personal interest in you, gain a cohort, one of the creature types usually associated with one of the new gods, advantage on saving throws against demon-based effects, as well.
I know.
That's pretty significant for this campaign, certainly.
I know.
Yeah, so you're a 17 Blade Warden, Jordan. Which means you're welcomed as a faithful member, you're welcome at order meetings, you associate freely with members, you can learn affiliation skills and other boons, you may requisition one minor magic item per month, and you can expect order members to come to your aid, bail you out of prison, etc. There you go. Welcome to the Order of the Bitter Curtain. Yeah, so and so, you know, I think they're starting to talk you through this. And at one point, you guys are kind of in the back room being talked to by Garrick and Morwen, and you hear the door open again. You know, someone else lets some other people in. You think maybe, you know, a couple of members that are like on a mission or something. There's not a whole lot of people here right now. But then you hear the door open and some people step in and everything seems fine. There's not like a fight that ensues outside, but you do hear a familiar voice. You hear a masculine voice say, we weren't able to find any of them. Not yet, anyway. I can't blame them, but they're probably in hiding. It's Tolan Gisburn of the Jade Ravens.
Tolan!
So you guys like go out and say hi to him?
We're here in Tolan. We're running.
I think I like immediately like bolt towards him, and I'm just like, I think I do that Spider-Man thing where I'm like,
you. Yeah. He looks like he has seen better days. He has like the weight of the world on his shoulders. It looks like he is like not blood spattered, but like his gears torn up. He is like, has like a cut on his side. And he looks at you and like there's a moment of like, oh, well, at least like a moment of relief, but then you can see guilt behind his eyes somehow. You're not entirely sure what's going on, and you maybe gonna make an insight check to know more. But like he's like,
I know he feels guilty. Lavinia's gone. I know.
I mean, you can make an insight check to see if you're correct on that assessment, but up to you.
I'll go ahead and make it, but that's cool. Going to be what I'm going to assume.
Yeah.
23.
He's probably trying to hide it from you, so I'll roll.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, it's deeper than that. It's not just Lavinia. And you can see like he's like all torn up and stuff, and he's not here with the other Jade Ravens, and you have a pit in your stomach as you think like something went wrong already here in Scuttle Cove. Like you don't even know if the Jade Ravens are still alive at this point. It might be like Tolan gives you the look like I don't like, and you kind of instinctively know like something went really wrong when they showed up here.
Yeah. Does he look like he's like really injured?
He's been healed magically at this point, but like we see that like his costume right now is like shows you like he's been through beating basically.
Okay. Yeah, I think Takeway will like.
He's speechless at first.
Be like, well, I knew there was a reason I liked you a lot.
He raises an eyebrow. It's like, I can't understand the impulse to make you say that right now. I've failed, Takeway.
Tolan, it's not your fault Lavinia's gone. Where are the other Jade Ravens?
I failed, Takeway. They're dead, or worse. It all went wrong. We had no idea what we were getting into coming here to Scuttle Cove. We're not like you. We never should have been in this adventuring business in the first place.
Tolan, you know that's not true. You were there before we were.
And you've outgrown us.
Where are they? What happened?
We tried to find Lavinia. We asked around, and they were ambushed, scattered, captured, killed. I don't really know.
By who?
He like takes a deep breath to try to calm himself. He says, I used the original name for Leandra and I. I'm trying to think of. Let me look at my notes again. I need to make sure I get this story right. Let me just grab this. I think this is the right one. Nope. Here we go. All right. There's a little like sidebar in here that tells you what all happened to the different Jade Ravens. I'm just gonna cross-reference it real quick here. But he's basically gonna tell you the story of like what happened when they showed up here. Okay, yep. Yeah, okay. So I think he basically says like, we split up to do some information gathering. We did not realize how dangerous this city was. Or maybe we overestimated our own abilities. But we split up to do some information gathering. And he says, I got caught in a seventh coil ambush, and the Order of the Bitter Curtain barely helped me to make it out alive. And I've been helping them ever since. And he says, I tried to find the other Jade Ravens, and Doral is dead. I saw him hanging in the plaza with the other executed, like that's where they execute people.
He's like, Doral.
And he's like, I have no idea where Leandra was. I think she was trying to infiltrate a place to get some information, and I haven't heard from her since. I've been searching and asking, and I already know I failed them. They're dead.
Oh, wait, hold on. Is oh my God, what's his name with us? Our cleric.
Benedict, yes.
Yeah, Benedict is with us, is he not?
He's either with you or with Vren, I assume.
I would assume he'd be with us.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and so I would have been introducing him too, but
yeah, that's fine.
Does he have the sending spell right now?
I think so.
Because maybe he could send a message to Leandra.
Yeah,
she's alive.
To be fair, I think they would have already tried that. They would have a caster of some sort. They could have tried that, and we'll just say that like he has not gotten an answer back, and I know the reason, but
okay.
Toland is assuming she's dead.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay.
But yeah, so basically you have two quests pop up in your log. Find the other Jade Ravens, or you'll save the other Jade Ravens, and find the other members of the Order of the Bitter Curtain. And you guys all kind of confer and whatnot, and not only are the Jade Ravens missing, like maybe you could go get Doral's body back and res him or something, right? Like that could be a thing that happens.
Right.
Or there are members of the Order of the Bitter Curtain that have been scattered across the city, are in danger because of who are in hiding basically, and don't feel like it's safe to come back to the safe house or whatever, or maybe are dead or something. Like no one knows what happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's some side quests for you guys to do if you want to.
Okay. Boy. So let's see. Okay, so wait, who are we missing from the Jade Ravens? We're missing. Okay, so we have
Zan is already dead.
Doral, Doral's dead.
Zan died in
he died in
Far Shore.
Right.
So he would be here in the Jade Raven subplot, but he is not. So it's just Leandra and Doral. Doral is he was seen dead, executed in the plaza. But Leandra.
Why did I think that there was another one?
Well, because there was, and then he died.
No, but there was 5 of them total.
No, there's 4.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, always 4. But yeah, Leandra tried to infiltrate someplace to get information. He doesn't know where, but she's like they were gathering information, and he assumed something like that went on.
Right. Okay. So we've got a side quest to find Leandra, and then we've got side quests to find other bitter order members of the Bitter Curtain.
Yeah, and then there's an optional one: save Doral from death. Right, like res him somehow.
Right. Well, we wouldn't be able to cast Revivify on him though because it's been too long. But I don't know how we'd. Yeah. I mean, I guess we could go try to get his body and the Morwyn's husband's body, but
yeah.
I don't know if that would be super. What do you call it?
His name is Harlan, by the way.
Beneficial at this point, but the fact that you gave him a name though makes me think maybe we should.
you can, I'm just giving you options. Scuttle Cove is meant to be a little bit more sandboxy. You can go in whatever direction you'd like.
Right.
You can't do it all. You have,
Right. Jordan / Audrin, thoughts? I feel like if anybody could find Leandra, it'd be Vren, because Leandra is also part of
the collectors. Yeah,
the collectors, right?
Oh, is that the one? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. She's really interested in chaos magic and Madoc specifically. Thinks he's really handsome.
I think. Part of me thinks that we need to get more information on how much information is on us right now.
As in, like
I'm confident for starters. I'm confident that the Crimson Fleet knows we're here.
Or if they don't, they will soon.
Yeah.
Very soon. And I actually think that. Yeah, and if that's the case, if they don't know right now and they're about to know, then things are about to get a lot harder on us here. So anything that we want to do without them interfering more, we need to do immediately.
Right. I know that's kind of my thought too, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to rest. But yeah, I think I agree with that though.
Yeah.
That if we're gonna do anything, that we need to do it.
If we no, not just anything. Anything that we specifically want to do without additional
complications.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so I do have augury. I could ask.
Yeah. Yep, divination spells are definitely a possible answer to get the right direction here.
Caleb, can you send me or tell me where I can find the list of magical items I might be able to get from?
Oh yeah, it would just be like minor magic items. So I think I think we said uncommon, right? Alyssa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we interpreted that to be.
Okay.
So any of the I'll have veto power, but like you can posit any of those uncommon ones, and you can do it now because you can. Yeah, they have resources technically.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think there's probably a character you can get introduced to. We don't have to necessarily spend a whole scene doing it, but this is someone you could interact with more if you wanted to. There's a Dragonborn artificer here working with the Order of the Bitter Curtain named Tariq. He's a tinkerer and alchemist. He's one of the main reasons that they've been able to stay hidden. He has traps and alarms and other stuff like that he's been using to help the safe houses stay hidden. So he would be the magic item guy if you were going to take one.
Yeah. Do we have a list in Roll20 of items or
we have an
the Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to find that.
I do have the spreadsheet saved somewhere.
I'll
see if I can find it and send you the link.
I'm trying to think of a specific action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes is the thing though. So it's like basically I could ask, would it be wheel or woe for us to go find Leandra, better order the Bitter Curtain members, or rest and then try in the morning, right? That
makes sense.
Does that make sense?
I think you have to choose one of those, and then it will say wheel woe.
Right. Okay.
But,
I think
the
I
best
asked.
Question is, would it be to rest?
Probably right.
Yeah, it is getting close to the day ending.
But go now in the middle of the night while we still, have,
like an element of surprise, maybe.
Yeah. No, element of surprise, or do we rest, gather our
sure, yeah,
selves? Which I mean, I'm at half health, and I think the rest of you guys are fine. So
mostly, yeah. I think Audrin got hit pretty hard in that battle.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Remember too, as things get really bad, Vren can teleport us away.
That's true.
And Vren will take something from the collectors to make sure he can teleport us right back.
Yeah. Keep in mind, Surge is back at the ship if you ever want to go pick him up and so you can get some extra firepower.
Yeah, that's true. But didn't we agree that bringing a robot in town was going to draw us?
I mean, you could try
attention.
to disguise him, right? You can just put a hat
I mean,
on.
and if we already have the attention of them.
But that's true, right?
But then we might have everyone's attention as opposed to just one group's attention.
Yeah. But part of the thing is like, unless you like explicitly ally yourself with one of the main factions of the city, you're kind of free game for anyone, right?
Right.
Because there's no laws here.
Well, they're all evil, and I will never do that.
We have.
I mean, let's be real. The verdict is kind of just neutral, right?
I hate them. I hate them. You just want us to go meet Yi. I know it.
I mean, obviously.
We have one in with Anna. It didn't.
That's true. You could try to ally yourself with the Blood Sisters. That's all. You could explicitly do that. That's one thing you do.
I got the joke, Caleb. I picked up on it. Obviously,
I didn't intentionally make that joke, but
sure.
Oh yeah, Audra's actually probably fine. He's at 91 out of 124. Yeah, that makes sense though. If you wanted to ask that as an augury, Alyssa. Where would you be going? Like, where are you trying to just to get information on what?
Well, see, and this is why I'm saying,
almost like, go looking for Leandra. Is that like the thing?
Well, that's why I'm not sure if like rest or go investigating. Basically, is
okay. That's
question.
Fine.
Yeah. What
is going now to investigate a good idea?
Right.
Wheel or will? Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. That's what I'd like to know.
Sounds good. You get cryptic warnings from your spirit mothers, like don't do it. Wheel. And we get a shot of some UNT assassins. Yeah, sorry, whoa. Whoa, don't do it. We get a shot of some UNT assassins slithering around, waiting for an opportunity, like they're looking for you, right?
Right. So is basically the vibe I get like
nighttime is going to be dangerous. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Morning is better. Okay.
Yep. Morning is better.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, and I think that's kind of what I tell. I think I would tell Audra and Benedict first before I tell Tolan, or just maybe we're all just talking in a group, but I go off to like do this, and I'm like, as much as I really want to go now, we also have the 7 serpents looking for us at the moment.
Well, not the 7 serpents. That would be a much bigger
sorry,
deal.
The
7th coil.
The 7th coil. Sorry, the 7th coil.
The snakes like their number 7.
Which is so odd because that's the holy number, but whatever.
It's the alliteration, I guess.
The 7th coil is also looking for us as we speak. I think we need to wait until morning and hope that Leandra managed to hide herself until then and go find her.
Are you planning on staying here at the safe house then?
That's a good question because we have our other 2 members. Because
like Anna's still out there, and I mean Vren's like next door, but
yeah.
I'm assuming Anna knows where we are.
I don't think so. You guys all split up because you didn't even know where the safe house was until you had made the roll.
Well, we have the ability to cast like a message or something.
Yeah, like Benedict could tell her, I guess, but
yeah,
I'm just saying she doesn't know right now.
Would they be willing to keep us here? I guess. I mean, I'm assuming.
I think if you say okay, we got 2 other members who are like not like you're more people who aren't part of the Order of the Bitter Curtain. I think there's a role here because you guys have safe passage, and I think Benedict would be fine because he's like Order of Saint Cuthbert. But like, Vren,
so is Anna.
Yeah, I think there's a role. I think, and we'll see how it goes. Like, it's not necessarily going to kick you to the curb, but there might be a conversation here.
Yeah, she's going to talk to the Blood Sisters right now.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like if any mention of that gets out, like it's gonna be like, no, get her out of here, right?
Right. Okay.
So yeah, go make a persuasion check for me.
Persuasion check.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and honestly, I don't know if I want us to stay here because it's like if they're looking for us and then they can trace us back here. Yeah. We don't. I mean, we know we made an incredible investigation roll to hide.
You could always go back to the ship, right?
Right. Yeah. So,
Yeah, if you wanted to ask them to stay here, that'd be a persuasion check, I think.
I don't know. Adrian, what do you think? Should we stay here or should we go back to the ship?
My immediate thought is if we go back to the ship and then people come here, we don't have any agency over what happens here.
I see what you're saying.
That's true.
So if
they manage to track him down anyway, yeah.
Right. So like,
well, right, and like, what if Leandra just shows up? Right, she could come here.
Yeah.
By the end of the night, not likely, but could. So.
Yeah. So I would be less inclined to going to the ship just because, like, I don't want us to go to the ship, then we come back here and we find that
they're all dead.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Or that everything's just gone. Right.
Right. Or they uprooted and they had to go somewhere else. Yeah. And then we're gonna have to start from scratch all over again, basically.
Right. That's my initial thought.
Okay. All right. Do I have a higher persuasion or do you? I guess it would probably be making the roll, but I mean, we're both members, so
you're both members now, so it's fine if one of you is higher and wants to make the roll yourselves. Are you both trained in it?
I am trained in it, but I'm pretty sure that Takewee is the more persuasive one.
I have a +8.
I have a +7.
Okay, so
right.
Barely.
So you can take advantage, though.
Right, but I could give you a bardic, though.
You can't give yourself bardic, can you?
No, I can't. So that's what I mean.
And I can give myself,
advantage usually is the equivalent of getting like a +4 bonus, basically.
That was a +2.
No, it's +4. And rolling a D6 or whatever is a little bit swingier.
Right, but he'd already have advantage for me. Get a +3.
No, that's true. That's true. You're right.
A D6.
Yeah.
It's a guarantee +4, potentially more.
Could I guidance myself with this?
It'd be obvious you're doing it.
I don't think you can guidance, but bardic makes sense.
I don't know. I'm just saying, math-wise, it technically
either one makes sense to me. It's whatever strategy you would like to do. It's fine.
Jordan,
up to you, Jordan.
I am willing to make the roll if you want to do a bardic. I will say that we could also, we're settling. Shut up, phone! I was not talking to you. Are we settling down for the evening? Are we doing anything else?
If we can convince them to bring them here, then yeah, I think we are settling down for the evening.
Yeah, her augury just told Takewee, do not go investigating right now.
Right. Stay put. Yeah.
So if that's the case, then I think it's fine to spend a bardic on this.
Yeah. It's my last one.
Anyway.
So,
Yep.
Yeah. All right, let's go for it. Do it.
Okay.
With advantage, Jordan. Nice. 24.
Okay.
I think 24 is already good enough. Like, yeah, you're fine.
But try to break 30. Break 30.
Sure.
Come on.
Okay. Would there be
D6.
any other possible roll that I would use this for instead?
I don't think so. Not
in the next
today.
10 minutes. Right.
No.
Exactly. So break 30. Break 30. Come on.
Nice.
Break 30.
You did it. Yeah, with a 30 in persuasion, I think it's fine. It makes sense. Like they say, like, yeah, better if we stick together, even if like they are looking for you. Like we can take them all together. Like as long as we stick together. Well,
Audryn's like,
we said that last time, but yeah, it's fine.
Audryn's like, all right, so here's what I'm worried about, and like explains this whole thing, and they're like, oh, thank God, thank the Pantheon. We thought we were really hoping that you would just.
We want you to stay. I think they honestly say something like, Aralakinu, we pay her to keep it quiet, like, as long, even if they do come looking, she won't rat us out. But I would like to actually make a roll for myself right now.
I was going to say, because we know that she does rat us out.
Because I think there's a chance here. The seventh coil is actively searching for you, especially because you did not kill the leech. And I think they pretty much for sure are going to be able to track you down here eventually, and they at least get close enough to ask Aralakinu, and if whether or not Aralakinu decides to give you up is the question. Anna, if they send the descending spell to you, will you just show up and slip in?
Yeah, I don't see why. Like, I mean, I want to investigate the bird cage place, but like,
but not alone, probably.
Right, like if everybody else is going to be doing so, like giving me a message, like I would just run over real quick.
Yep,
same
so
for Bren. He would.
Yeah, exactly. Bren's just like next door, so that's fine. But yeah, I think we see Anna like come to the Emporium and like go down this sketchy staircase, and we stay up there, right? And Ralakino like sees you go down, and then looks over to like the Yuan-Ti agent who's like walking over to her. And we'll see how it goes. They're gonna make a test here. I gotta figure out what they're rolling.
Probably intimidation. No.
Maybe. Let me see if there's anyone that would have a good scores here. Yeah, we'll do this. All right, this is going to be their persuasion or intimidation or deception or whatever it was they do.
That's a not one.
That is a crit fail.
This half-orc lady, she's like, get out of here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happens, right? I think the show is like framing it like, oh no, she can do it. And she just like flips him off. He's like, go, like, F off, go somewhere else. Like, we don't care about you. Just like in the strongest terms possible.
I just like, imagine like they try to get up in her face and she just like grabs a frying pan and just
get out of here. Yeah, and then the snake slither off. Cool.
Phew.
Well, I think you guys can take a long rest, do the thing you're going to do. You can get a magic item, Audrin, if you'd like. But yeah, basically, you all confer, and the subplots that have, the quests.
Man, I spent so much time building up Toland, like humbling him, but I didn't want him to be this humble, though.
Yeah.
Now I want to like build him up again. I'm like, okay, we tore you down a little bit. Now let's build you back up.
Just you have to be the one to save them. Like, let's go. Yeah.
Let's not be an egotistical maniac, but let's be a leader.
Yep. The quests in your quest log right now are, investigate the birdcage, find Sayori. if she's out there somewhere.
Well, I think I would ask Toland about that. Like, is that who you were working with? What happened with that?
Yeah,
one?
As far as anyone here knows, and there's maybe probably a person who escaped the massacre here. Sayori showed up, looking for allies to fight the Crimson Fleet. Managed to get in contact with the Order of the Bitter Curtain. I think at one point she there was something. They heard something about her thinking. Maybe trying to get involved with the verdict and something went wrong there. Because she was looking for allies against the Crimson Fleet, didn't work out with the verdict, found the Order of the Bitter Curtain instead. This seems like the likely turn of events for you. And then someone saw her find the Order of the Bitter Curtain or tracked her down, and her getting in touch with the Order of the Bitter Curtain compromised their safe house accidentally, maybe, or intentionally. Depends on whether or not you view Sayori as a traitor. What her motives were or whatever. They got attacked. Sayori, no one knows exactly what happened to her. Maybe one of the other Order of the Bitter Curtain members who's still alive somewhere in the city knows more, but none of the people here know what happened to her after the attack. Because everything was just chaos. Everyone scattered, tried to run. Some tried to fight. And then, other quests include, find the Order of the Bitter Curtain members, rescue the rest of the Jade Ravens, go check out the Nightshade Syndicate, if Ren wants to do that.
Well, the Skin Dancer Academy.
Yeah, exactly. That would be one of the places to go.
Yeah.
So those are all things you could investigate in the morning. What do you guys, what's your plan? What's the plan for the morning?
Do you want to split up again, or?
Yeah, you can do that.
Am I going to be able to convince Toland to come with us?
Depends on what you're going to try to do, right? Are you going to try to go looking for Leandra, or?
That's a good question. I don't know. I guess we should all talk about that first.
That's the question.
What
right?
do we want to do?
Yep. What's the next step?
I mean,
the ultimate goal is Crimson Fleet, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the birdcage is always going to be there. That's not a
pressing
a pressing thing. Obviously we want the information on the Crimson Fleet stuff, but if we start doing investigating and find out one of them is with the Crimson Fleet, then it's okay, now it's more pressing to get that information. But as of right now, I feel like the people information is more time sensitive,
right? And then that gets us allies.
That's
too.
True.
Yeah,
That's true.
It's time sensitive, and then if we can rescue them, that gets us more people in our pocket.
Yeah.
We could easily do it. You don't know where the Crimson Fleet base is, but as soon as you find that out, you could easily be like, okay, it sounds good. We're gonna Ocean's 11 this, and like you special Order of the Bitter Curtain person is gonna do this in our infiltration and whatever else you want to do, right? You'll have the resources at your disposal.
We get an ally and make a little headway through the Crimson Fleet stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You'll probably... It sounds like one of the Order of the Bitter Curtain people might know where Sayori is. And if you find where Sayori is, maybe she's been captured, and maybe whoever's captured her might lead you closer to the Crimson Fleet. There's definitely places to go from there as well. So I guess the question then is Leandra or one of the Order of the Bitter Curtain members you're going after first? You have to basically track down where did Leandra go missing, right? Like where she was asking around for Lavinia, like trying to figure out how to get to the Crimson Fleet and like find Lavinia, and she got kidnapped or killed or something. What happened to her? With the Order of the Bitter Curtain members, it was like there was a massacre at the Red Foam Whaling. Where did they go? Like when they escaped that massacre? I think the people that they point out to you as are missing is there's one Elena Duvray, a human rogue. There is Lyra Anvaya, a Wood Elf Ranger. And there is Taye Okonjo, a Tiefling Warlock, who are all part of the group here, who are missing in action.
Okay.
Here we have Garrick, the Dwarf Paladin. Morwen is a human monk, and then Tariq, the Dragonborn Alchemist. And there's like a scattering of like one of the main things the Order of the Bitter Curtain does in this city is like help people get out of slavery and like escape from evil factions and stuff. So there's like refugees and people here just staying safe that aren't part of the Order of the Bitter Curtain. The only other main person is like Tolan, who's like he's not quite. I don't think he's a member of the Order yet, but he's working with them right now. So
right.
Yeah, up to you guys. Either way, it's going to be tracking down a person, sounds like. So,
right.
The other thing you could do is get the bodies, right, of Doral and and Harlan.
Do we have a way to res them, though?
Not really.
Not necessarily right now, but you work for a powerful organization, right? The Order of the Bitter Curtain, who might eventually have the resources to res them.
The point being is we don't. That's a little. I mean, bodies are going to be bodies. I guess is my main point.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think that getting the bodies is necessarily a bad idea for. Well, but I guess if they take down the bodies though soon, then we won't have access to them. So in some regards,
they're hanging in what is called. There's a spot in Scuttle Cove named.
Oh, I figured they were already gone because they said they hung them up in the place we just were.
I'll tell you. No, it's called the Plaza of Hanging Ruin. It is number 12 on this map. Let's find it.
Right, but they're probably making a show of them right
exactly.
now.
Yep.
So it's like they'll probably be up for another day or two before they take them down.
So I'll give you the description real quick. This terrifying structure consists of metal and wood beams arranged in a series of concentric squares. The beams are suspended 20 feet off the ground by tall stone pillars and are festooned with coils of spiked chains. Numerous spiked manacles dangle from these beams, along with thousands of tiny chains that end in hooks, clamps, and long, thin barbed rods. Basically, right now, it is a first come, first served public service. You execute someone here by hooking them on this execution rack, basically, like hanging above the plaza. So their bodies are hanging there as a show right now, but eventually they will be taken down and
to make a show of someone else. And what if they're already captured, they're going to make a show of them too?
What are you talking about?
I mean, like what if we do go to the bodies? Because what if they're going to make a show of some of our other allies here soon?
That's a good point.
Yeah, keep an eye on the plaza for a day or two to see if they try to show up and execute someone.
Well, I wonder if maybe we could see if we can get some information of who they're going to execute next. Because if it's one of our allies, we could, right? Because if we can get that information,
sure.
So the plaza might not be a bad place to start. I don't know, just an idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Either way, there's an investigation check here, I think.
Right.
Audrin, would you like to make that? I think so. It sounds like the plan is decipher if anyone else was captured recently and is being like has a faction announced that they're going to execute someone or something, like what, any rumors about that sort of thing. That makes sense?
Yes.
All right. Go ahead, Audrin.
So 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's roll investigate.
22 is not bad. I think it's vague. It sounds like there's definitely rumors about what happened at Red Foam Whaling and the fact that there's like people the Crimson Fleet and the Seventh Coil are hunting down, but it's unconfirmed whether or not they have one. There's definitely, you hear someone say something along the lines of, yeah, the next person they catch, they're going to hang them up here again, as a show. Like they're going to whittle down these rival factions one by one. So it does seem to confirm that if they do capture someone, or if they have someone captured, that this will, you're correct in your assumption, they'll execute them here, but you don't have any leads on who that might be or if they have someone captured already. That's your first initial, like in the morning, what you get from your investigation. What's next?
Okay, so it sounds like they don't have anybody immediately, so I guess that's
or if
good.
they do, they're keeping it quiet.
Right. Okay.
So you could wait around at the plaza until they show up to execute someone, and then get into a big fight. You could try to, again, at this point, try to track down someone specifically. You could always leave someone at the plaza to just check it out and like keep an eye on things in case it starts, right?
We fake somebody's capture.
You could also do that, right? You could get yourself captured by the Crimson Fleet and then...
I mean, honestly, that was my one thought. Is like,
and then Allison will come there and we'll just ambush him there.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah, because they're going to send Allison.
I'll get captured.
Let's have Anna get captured because, she just uses her fists anyway. She doesn't need anything.
I mean, I would prefer to have a...
Actually, no. Let's have Ren get captured. That's his part in this.
He's disposable.
Bren gets
he is disposable.
Bren gets captured.
Literally going. That literally will let me break contract.
For Delhi.
I think the only bad person to get captured, honestly, is Takewee. I think the other three could probably manage it fine.
Bren would just teleport away.
But no matter who it is, after they get captured, Audrin just turns them invisible, and then they just like as they're going up, they're just boom, they're invisible, and then they can make a break for it.
Hmm.
See, what I thought you were going to say is we just make Vren look like he's hanging up on the thing and just sits there waiting to see if anyone else comes.
Yeah.
But he also has never met Sayori, so doesn't know what she looks like.
True.
I mean, I think it's pretty, we would probably describe to you what she looks like.
I know. But I'm just saying, of all the people, he would be the least likely to recognize her.
We have someone hung up like a fake cadaver.
That's what I was saying.
Gosh.
Yeah, I thought that's what you're going to say for Vren to do.
You could.
I don't think we're actually going to go do this.
No.
Look, this is the kind of like. The fact is, we're too logical of a D&D group to do something like that. But this is the kind of thing that a goofy
if I was just going to do it on my own.
Yeah, so I guess first question:
practice
are you
your
someone...
acrobatic skills? By hanging off the hook.
Are you planning on leaving someone at the plaza to watch for possible executions? It doesn't have to be one of you necessarily. It could be one.
Right. It could be Tolan.
Yeah, Tolan or one of the other order people.
Tolan would recognize one of the people that we don't know.
The problem is that I just don't want us to. I mean, that's the problem that Tolan had, was that the moment you separate, right, you get hunted down and then you're gone.
Yep.
So, I don't think I want to keep anybody.
I think we should try and find the people before they get executed. Right.
No, and I'm in agreement with that for sure. Yeah, I think we should try to do another investigation check to find them. And then, I mean, if our investigation check leads to that they're captured, then we can figure that out from there, right? But
all right, now who do you try to find? That's the question.
Should we go for Leandra, since she's the one we know?
I don't think the order is going to be annoyed at you for doing that, so it's really up to you.
Yeah, I think Leandra would probably be my preference, but
that's fine with me.
Especially because we know her and we have a full description of her. We kind of know what she's like versus the other ones. I have no clue. I mean, we kind of know what they are like, but we Not really.
All right, Jordan, another investigation.
It would also make the other guy probably feel a lot better to know at least they're not all dead.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you have advantage because everybody's helping with this.
Even nicer.
Let me double check my notes here about the DC on this. No. Oh, that doesn't help at all. Okay, yeah, I think 34 certainly is.
I was about to say,
yeah,
you really
sorry,
gotta check the
wasn't
DC for 34.
I wasn't really thinking that through. Yeah, 34 obviously is going to get you what you want. So Leandra has been captured. She is still alive. But she has not been captured by the Crimson Fleet.
Okay.
The lead you get, if I can find this little sidebar, is the last time someone saw her, she was attempting to infiltrate the birdcage. So it all goes back to that.
Okay. Well,
because again, that's where people get a lot of information. So she was trying to figure out the same sort of thing that she tried to do the same thing that Anna was going to try to do, and seems like she failed. So likely she was captured by the people of the birdcage themselves, and maybe is being tortured for information right now or something, right? So I think we go ahead and go to break on that little cliffhanger, right? And we're like, okay, birdcage is where we go, and that's what's next for our characters on Terra Invicta. Stick around, we got more Terra Invicta action right after this break. Adios.